If you are a resident in the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia with with an Iqama or premium residency visa, you can get bank financing, subject to the local lending requirements of a bank, which typically require a higher LTV than a local citizen. If you're a foreigner with no residency in the kingdom, but a digital ID, we have yet to see banks offer financing products. They might in the future, but because it's so new, it's unclear to us whether a bank would be willing to lend on that basis. We doubt that they will, based on historical practices, because typically they won't look at foreign income when they're lending. They'll want local income and locally sourced income before they lend. And if you don't have that, then they typically won't provide you with financing. The Ministry of Tourism provides you with a license known as a Private Tourism Accommodation Facility License. As an owner of a residential unit or a hotel apartment, you'd need to obtain that license. It's obtained online, and you would have to appoint a manager to manage that for you. You can't manage it yourself. So in a branded residence environment, typically you'd appoint the co-located hotel to manage that property for you. Conditions are that it's managed on a separate P&L. There's a separate P&L for that individual property, and you don't contribute more than 3 properties into the program. That's the restriction, the limitation that you have. So this is if you want to do short-term rental or Airbnb, then it's regulated by the Ministry of Tourism. If you wanted to lease it on a long-term basis, then it's an Ijara lease registered on the Ijara platform. In Mecca and Medina, to another foreigner who is Muslim, who has a digital ID, or a Muslim that has a residency in Saudi Arabia, premium residency or Iqama, you can sell to them. There are no exchange restrictions in Saudi Arabia, so you're free to transfer. You'll just need to disclose the purpose of the transfer to the banks, meet their KYC requirements. Then if it's you as an individual, there's no restrictions on you transferring that out. So the law doesn't specify, the law on foreign ownership, its implementing regulations don't make specific reference to inheritance. So the position under Sharia would apply, under Saudi law would apply. And so heirs of your estate, the waratha, would inherit, and there would be a portion, ownership would be a portion based on that. There's an exemption on the transfer fee if it's to an estate, to a waratha. So that 2% fee wouldn't apply. In those circumstances, those heirs that are not Muslim could not inherit from you as a matter of Sharia. So a non-Muslim cannot inherit from a Muslim. And if you had heirs in your estate that were non-Muslim, in addition to that prohibition, they couldn't own that real estate in Mecca and Medina, and they wouldn't be entitled to inherit that. There are no restrictions on the number of units you want to buy in the designated areas. You're free to buy 10, 100. Yeah, there are no restrictions on ownership in the designated geographical areas.